Hello YouTube, welcome to my new channel. I'm author Sonia Alexandra Russell, and this channel is called Healing for Happiness. And on this channel we're going to be discussing my newly released book, Sometimes We All Gotta Deal with Our Own My Journey Back to Vulnerability After Military Sexual Trauma. And we're also going to be discussing other topics related to recovery, overcoming, and just doing the things that are required for you to live your best life now. You can hit subscribe below, and what I want this video to be is an introductory to what we're going to be doing going forward. Today, I'm just going to discuss one of the main topics that I've been getting asked since the book came out last month, which is, why did I choose to title the book, Sometimes We All Gotta Deal with Our Own Shit? Well, it's sort of funny, but it's not. But what I really wanted to do was to grab the reader's attention, because everyone can understand what dealing with their shit, right? Everyone can understand that. And the book is a memoir. So the book is about me. And what I do is I give the reader an opportunity to be vulnerable by experiencing me being vulnerable. What I do is in the beginning of the book, early on, boom, the shit is out there, right? In the middle of practicing law, I go through a whole bunch of issues that wake me up to the fact that something's going on. And that something is that, I was later diagnosed with PTSD due to military sexual trauma. And you ask, people ask, what is military sexual trauma? Because that's on the cover. Well, while on active duty, I was raped. And later on, when I was transferred to another location, I was sexually harassed by my superiors and their superiors for a period of several years while I complained, and eventually got to testify and tell about what was happening to me. And even after that, I suffered some retaliation from the military, ended up getting out, and still, once out as a civilian, still had to fight to get my honorable discharge and to basically clear my name as the alleged victim of their attacks. But the book is about, as traumatic an event as all of that was, I pretty much stuffed that stuff to the side, went on with living my life, my best life, finished undergrad, went to law school, got married, had children, started a law firm, was out here practicing law 10, 12 years, doing criminal and divorce and business defense. And in the midst of all that, there were all these breadcrumbs to say, girl, something is up with you. Like the night terrors and the throwing up all the time and the lack of sleep and the drinking so that I could go to sleep, and the stress and anxiety and always feeling like something was gonna just happen to me, And it was in all of this that it just all caught up with me in my 40s, right? I was in the military Desert Storm. So here I am, a grown woman, then went through a couple of marriages, a couple of careers, and this stuff is still dealing with me. So that is how we get back to how the title became, Sometimes We All Gotta Deal with Our Own Shit. Because for me, it took a while. And when I finally did deal with it, I really faced an awakening that made me wonder why I didn't deal with this sooner, why I didn't deal with the warning signs sooner. And that story is my story, but that's also the story of many, many, many people that I talk to, whether it be a traumatic event or just, you know, things going on in your life that you ignore because you're so busy taking care of everybody else, and we're so busy focusing on our careers that oftentimes it's these things that are festering below the surface that can come in and put a monkey wrench in everything. And, you know, in coming up with the book, and since it is a memoir, my goal was to just not blab on about therapy, which I did get, or any of those technical aspects. What I did was go back through my life and start allowing my reader to look at different events and patterns. And I challenge you and ask you throughout the book, you know, you got to look at your own contributions and the places where you didn't do the work so that you can do the work. I've always had a spirit of accomplishment, a spirit of I can do anything, right? And because of that, having a psychological stress, that didn't compute for me, right? Because I don't deal with that. You know, I got stuff to do. And it wasn't until I got into my 40s that I had the confidence to step back and say, I got to deal with this stuff, you know, because this stuff is dealing with me. I don't want to be feeling like this. I was taking Ambien to go to sleep, all kinds of different levels of Prozac to keep me steady and calm me down or lift me up. And eventually I just said, you know what? My life is making me have to take all these pills. And I'm not doing that because I don't like that. I'm 40 something and I'm healthy. I don't have nothing wrong with me. And I'm taking these pills so I can go in here and get stressed out. Those are called triggers. So what I did was I said, I'm going to deal with this shit and I'm going to change my life and I'm going to find peace because I am not having a heart attack or a stroke out here trying to do something that doesn't fit into my life properly. So with that, I started on this journey of self-discovery and coping and learning how to deal with my shit. And so in writing the book, I'm hoping that you can look at some of the things that I went through. You can look at some of my patterns and it'll help you start to deal with your shit too. On this channel, I like to call it Healing for Happiness because those are the things that we're going to be discussing. I'm going to be discussing in addition to discussing some of the chapters in the book. In my next video, I'm going to go over chapter 1, the merry-go-round just stopped, and chapter 2, how this happened to me. In both of those chapters, I introduced the reader to the life-changing events in my life. And I encourage you in chapter 2 to start looking at your life. Start looking at how did you get here. It's about accountability. It's about dealing with your shit. That's the title of the book, Deal With Your Shit. Not somebody else did with your shit or somebody did something to me. It's what did you do to contribute to get yourself into these predicaments? Because I used to always be like, hi, get in this predicament. Again. So we're going to talk about that. Also, occasionally I'll have events in relating to my book. I'm going to have some book signings coming up. So what I'm going to do is put those out on the YouTube as well. This video is going to be supplemented occasionally, and I'll put those supplements in the comments somewhere. However you do that, I'm gonna figure it out. I've seen other people do it, so I'm gonna do it. And I just wanted to introduce this weekend is Veterans Day. The book is about some of it's about veteran issues, some of it's just about life. So subscribe. If you don't have the book, below you can go to Barnes & Noble or to Amazon, get the book, be ready for the book club, the unofficial, official Deal with Shit Book Club, and we're going to dissect it. If you have questions, or if you've already got the book, or you want me to talk about a topic, or you want me to comment on a topic, shoot me an email or put it in the comments, and then, you know, we can talk about that too. I love the fact that I'm going to be able to assist some people in just talking about the issues. I'm not a therapist, but if talking about my issues and interacting with my readers encourages them to seek further professional assistance like I did, then hey, we dealing with our shit. So I'll see you next week, and have a great weekend.